Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 2795 Painter Hollow Road in Fort Ashby, West Virginia. You got this house here on 52 acres, and this is actually part of Bluffs on the Potomac, lot 258. You got 52 acres here, and a nice 24 by 24 pole building here with a poured floor and electricity in it. And the cabin here is, I believe it's 28 by 44. It's 1,232 square foot. The bottom level is a 2-car garage, and then there's a utility room, like the furnace room, and there's a bathroom in the lower level, and then the upper level is 2 bedrooms and a bath. It's finished off real nice, and I'll take a video in there. But this is just off of Painter Hollow Road, so you don't go through the Bluffs gate to get here. The private road that comes back in here off of Painter Hollow Road is shared by this lot and the lot next door, which is also, it's like 51 acres. And that owner there is in the process of getting ready to build a home on that lot. So that's just the people that, just 2 people use this road here. And then there's another guy that has a right of way through here to a bigger piece in the back, which is rarely used. And I'll point that out in another video. But the cabin here was built in 2016. It's hardy plank on the outside. And you do have a little bit of a view here, particularly when the leaves are off. But it's so private. But yet you're only, 5 minutes from, Fort Ashby. I mean, maybe total off the paved road, you might be a mile off the paved road here, but the roads are good. And I see they got the campfire pit out here, direct TV dish. And here's the back side of the house. Got a nice deck and everything. It's clean as a whistle. Everything in here is really good shape. You can see the pole building from back there. And I'll do another video back there. When this gentleman bought the ground in 2014, there was like a little shed here, and he's got that cleaned up back there, and a shooting range back there, and we'll do a video back there as well. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, on the inside of the cabin at 2795 Painter Hollow Road, Fort Ashby. The lighting in here is not the best for my videos, but this thing's just neat as it can be. It's clean as a whistle. You got laminate floors throughout. Living room here. There's a pellet stove here for supplemental heating, but it does have a heat pump and central AC. Stainless steel appliances. It's got quartz countertops. Dining room table, and then these steps go down. That's how you come up in from the garage, and we'll go down that way. So you got the big open room, and then 2 bedrooms that are basically identical in size with a closet. They fit a queen bed. The other bedroom, it's decorated real nice. Bath. No tub, just stand-up shower stall, and the bathroom in the basement's pretty well identical to this one. And then a laundry room, big laundry room, and that door goes out onto the front deck. And take you downstairs. That's just a closet back there. So let me get you down the steps here. And of course there's a man door going outside there. And then the main level here is just this big 2-bay garage. And then you also have the bathroom down here, which I said is pretty much identical to the bathroom upstairs. And nice shelving units and stuff down here. Just all kinds of storage. Tons of it. And you can see the floor is very well insulated, very neat electrical work. And then here's your furnace room in here. There's your air handler, pressure tank, hot water heater. There's actually a laundry sink in there as well. But that pretty much concludes the tour here. I think I've got a total of 4 videos here. It'll be 5 when I put in the video for the Bluffs common area. But this is a really neat place, just as quiet as it can be. Keenan Shanholz here again, 2795 Painter Hollow Road, Fort Ashby, West Virginia. Got this nice cabin slash home on 52 acres. What I want to point out here is the owner has a nice little shooting range here, probably about 50 yards or so. And as I pan around here, you'll see how this little field sets right in here. And then when he bought the place in 14, the previous people had this little shed kind of shack on here. I mean, you could turn that into a little bunk room or whatever. There's no electricity in it or anything. Or just utilize it however you see fit. Set in there and use it as a tree stand if you want to. But what I want to point out here is, if you see the road, kind of like the roadbed going up through here, if you look at the plat, you'll see where a gentleman has, Mr. Carl has a 50-foot right-of-way up through here to his property. He owns several hundred acres. However, this is not their primary access to that property. Mr. Reedy's owned this property for 8 years, and I think he has yet to meet Mr. Carl, but he says it's used very infrequently. I mean, that could change, obviously, at any time, but it's not near the nuisance that you might think it would be, when you look at the plat. They have other entrances to the property and everything, and it's used sparingly. So just wanted to point that out on this video. But if you wanted to have a 100-yard shooting range here, or 100 yards plus, you could certainly do it. I mean, from here up to the end of the field. And the property goes just beyond the clearing there, about another 50 yards or so, and you'll hit a gate right there. But you could get 150 yards out. That's pretty easy to shoot here, I would think. Keenan Shanholz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 2795 Painter Hollow Road. And what I wanted to point out in this little video snip is, if you wanted to build another place on this property, you have a heck of a spot to do it here. If this tree wasn't in front of me, you have just tremendous views here. Facing kind of like west-northwest. And this property, you can see Mr. Reedy, the owner, sitting there on the mule. There's a trail that goes pretty much around the boundary of the property. The back property line, and you might could see there's red paint on a tree right there. That's the back property line. But this trail goes around here for a ways yet until it joins the neighbor's property, your neighbor there that also has 50 acres. But if you need an additional building site, I mean, you got one here. And but yeah, there's ATV trails, good trails around the whole thing. I mean, the property itself here lays really nice. There's nothing very steep at all on it. And like I said, he gets that mule around the side-by-side, around the whole property easily. So it's easy to get deer out and stuff. And this might show you kind of, the trail goes down here another, I don't know, 150 yards or so, and it comes onto the neighbor's property. And then the back corner, and you'll see when you look at the plat, there's like a little dog leg off to one side. It actually goes down in that hollow and up on another little ridge, but there's a road, like an ATV road, that goes down into that hollow there. But as you can see, kind of looking out through here, you see the neighbor has a garage built, and they're getting ready to build a house on that knoll out there. So that'll be your neighbor's place, which you can't see from the cabin. But that'll just, and you'll see this on the drone shots, kind of how it all lays in here and everything. But yeah, good trail system around the whole property. I mean, it's nice. And one other thing I didn't mention, when you're coming in here off of Route 28 back Painter Hollow Road, the Fort Ashby Reservoir is there. It's a lake. I think it's maybe 15 acres or so in size, where Fort Ashby gets their water supply. And it's stocked, so you can fish there, and they stock it with trout and everything in the spring. And that's literally a mile away from here. Keenan Shanholz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. I'm at the BLUFFS on the Potomac Community River Access area on the south branch of Potomac River. And this is one heck of a nice feature that most developments around here, hardly any for that matter, have. But it's kind of like a little park down here. There's picnic benches, pavilions, so you can come down here and have a picnic. It kind of makes the Bluffs a four-season retreat, you know, because if you like to hunt or you like to be up here in the fall when the leaves are changing, it also gives you an opportunity to be here in the summer and do a float trip on the river or just come down here and hang out. You'll see they got steps down to the river right there, you know, so you can take out and stuff, and you'll see some geese down there floating in the river. The South Branch is good for like a canoe, kayak, john boat, you know, tube. There's smallmouth, largemouth, catfish, carp, the whole bit in here. And there's a DNR access point about 3 miles upriver from here if you want to do a half-day trip. Or you can put in at the bridge at Romney, which is about 8 miles up, and that's a nice all-day trip down to here. So just a very, very nice feature that not too many places have, and that's one of the reasons that the Bluffs is such a popular place. Just check it out. It's hot out today. I might get in.